Concerns raised on the government's failure to address health issues in Western Province. Woman brutally murdered by 10 men in Enga. Lay City dwellers crowned NSL champions. This is National MTV News with Meriba Tulo.
Good evening and welcome. This is Saturday's news. The Health Fact-Finding Mission Forum conducted in Daru identified negligence by the national and provincial government in properly addressing growing health issues such as tuberculosis in this resource-rich province. Concerns were raised on the government's failure to protect people's well-being in providing adequate health services, especially in the most rural areas.
It was highlighted in the Fact-Finding Mission Forum by the Special Parliamentary Committee on Public Sector Reform and Service Delivery that Papua New Guinea's weak health system is a growing burden, and Western Province is no exception but suffering from this treatment. Concerns were raised on health services not reaching bulk of the entire population in rural areas of the province. Chairman Bire Kimisopa told the forum major structural problems within the national government that have led to poor health service delivery to the people of this nation. The need for a fundamental change, good leadership starting with political bureaucrats that should improve service delivery.
We will propose a number of things. One blah blah this plan. Reform blah put him in place. We will change to an accrual basis, a minimal sum. If you don't use it this fiscal year, you can still use it next year. It's still in the books.
Western Province, where geographical setting is contributing to many deaths, inadequate health infrastructure, interrupted regular medical drugs, and lack of human resources that has forced many people to travel all the way to Daru to access proper medical care. More doctors are needed in the rural areas to save lives.
I want those hospitals to be staffed and also equipped to a standard so that they will get all the services there.
Facilities all run down. No staff houses. That's why our staff, some are reluctant to work.
They follow. This is a case where it is not followed, and that the plans made are better catered for with better and honest leaders and management.
Fabian Hakelitz, National MTV News, Daru.
A woman who was saved from a sorcery-related attack early this year by missionaries and police in Enga province was brutally murdered in front of a family on Monday this week. The mother of 4, identified as Misila, was one of 3 women who narrowly escaped death at the hands of angry villagers in February. They were accused of practicing witchcraft.
Lutheran missionary Anton Lutz, who assisted police in rescuing the women, said villagers and family members stood helpless as 10 men believed to be from around a known area entered the village. Misila was murdered outside a house at Kiawina village in the western part of Enga province at midday in front of family and villagers.
They came up through the village. They had their guns pointed at anyone who looked at them, so they were threatening any local people. And they came directly to our house, and her brother was there, and he turned to her and he said, "I'm sorry, sister, looks like it's your day to die," or "I guess it's your day to die." And then he had to stand to the side because he was overpowered, and he just stood there watching while they killed his sister.
Lutz, speaking to MTV News this morning, said people of Aiwa believe in supernatural spirits called the Sanguma, which they believe is responsible for mysterious sicknesses and deaths. The killing is related to the February incident where 4 women were accused of practicing sorcery and killing several people who in fact died from a measles outbreak. A witch finder has since withdrawn her allegations, citing bribery and coercion by angry villagers as her reasons for falsely identifying the 4 as sorcerers.
And they believe that the only way to stop that spirit from killing other people is to go and kill the human host. So in this case, a young mother, probably less than 30 years old. She has 2 children, and they decided that she was a human host for a spirit and went and killed her.
Misila's family have reportedly stated they will not retaliate, but let the law take its course. Mr. Lutz says locals are willing to assist police with investigations, but fear retaliation from the group.
The police are trying to do a good job, but often they feel overpowered I've heard many stories of situations where the police have gone in to try to rescue someone who's being tortured or who's under threat or who has been attacked, and the local community turns around and threatens the police. And, you have 300 members of the community threatening 10 policemen. So how are the police going to do anything?
Vanessa Knight, National EMTV News.
There is greater feeling to improve and grow small businesses in Manus province. This comes as 150 men and women completed a series of small business workshops in Lorengau. The training has created enthusiasm among participants to be entrepreneurs and to contribute meaningfully to growth and development of the province.
The 4 months of mentoring and training focused on how to prepare a business plan, investigate business opportunities, set goals and develop financial management tools, among others. It was necessarily the window into the business world and the consciousness in running a business. Last Thursday, the participants received their certificates in 3 different groups: beginners, intermediate and those that have established businesses.
We found that they've been so hungry for knowledge that we have taught them all these business skills, including balance sheets, how to work out profit and losses.
Australian councillor Bragg Batley said the easy part is done and what each participant endured must be used.
And it's small businesses that make that happen, not big businesses. It's small businesses that help communities and spread the wealth.
Participant Benjamin Pokarup says Manus has no extractive industries, but if Manusians are given such opportunities, they must not take it lightly.
People now can be confident and we can be competent also, working business.
According to the Manus Economy Report prepared by Murray Edwards and Adam Smith International, Manus is not a resource-rich province, but struggles and has achieved overtime with small businesses. The general feeling by participants is to create SME, make money to sustain their families and communities, and grow the provincial economy with support from relevant stakeholders, including the Manus provincial government. The small business workshop is delivered by the provincial and local level government's program on behalf of the Australian government. It was facilitated by Queensland TAFE. Jack Lapava Jr., National EMTV News.
You're watching National EMTV News. We'll have more stories for you when we return. Welcome back to the news. New Guinea Kieta has set a benchmark in the On-Time Performance First Quarter Award. The Kieta sector reopened after 25 years and has maintained its performance since resuming flight operations. Chief Executive Officer of New Guinea, Simon Fu, while relaying his congratulatory message for their achievement, also thanked ground operations and security aviation staff for maintaining consistency and achieving results.
Just 5 months of operation since the Arapa Airport's reopening in December 2014, and New Guinea Kieta has already proved the performance. Kieta ranked as Port D maintained 100% in the first quarter on-time performance, January, February and March. Recently, weekly flights into Kieta were increased from 3 to 6 due to high demand to this destination. Airport manager Jason Takopo thanked New Guinea management and airline stakeholders for the support. In an interview with Mr. Takopo, the port is manned by 2 staff. They do everything from check-in, ramp and loading. He spoke at the presentation last night in Port Moresby. Kieta maintained 100% in Port D with Daru and Mendy.
For their support, continuous support, we would have achieved that without them. So thank you very much. Thank you for everyone.
Newly appointed Boca Kieta Port Manager Hane Garo has plans to transform these 2 ports, taking into consideration Bougainville's quest for full autonomy. Services must be of standard.
To transform Bougainville from Buka to Kieta, you know that we have a new service to Kieta, and for Buka, I want it uniformed with Kieta.
In the other categories, recently upgraded Port B Hoskins scooped the Category A, Medang's title since the on-time performance inception in 2014.
We need to just maintain consistency, just making sure that our clients are happy and with this new award that is good.
The race is still on, and General Manager Flight Operations and Aviation Security, Marco McConnell, thanked airport and port managers for the improvement. Fabian Hakelitz, National EMTV News.
The Oil Search Pacific Games baton relay had a phenomenal cultural welcoming into the outer villages of Tufi while on tour in the Ora province. The baton was carried on outrigger canoes by the villagers and was swum onto the jetty before being passed on to members of the community.
On its final day in Tufi, the baton travelled to several islands on the outskirts of the Ora province, showcasing its rich culture, tradition and beauty. The welcoming of the baton saw tribesmen and clan leaders escort the baton onto land. Oil search representatives, divers and villagers played their part, ensuring the baton made its way into town. Students gathered for a warm welcoming, singing the national anthem and chanting as the band began the relay around town. The local soccer team even got involved. Then it was back out to sea to Kainabuna Island. The baton again escorted by the soccer team. Along the way, crystal clear waters and islands with abundant beauty. The hospitality from the people of Kainabuna was nothing less than warming. Children sang, elders spoke, and the baton united all. Lorraine Genia, National EMTV News.
You're watching National EMTV News. Lay City dwellers are the champions in NSL. I'll bring that detail after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. Lay City dwellers are the new champions of the Telecom National Soccer League. The dwellers dominated at home, beating Momase counterparts Medang FC in front of a packed crowd at the Sir Ignatius Kilaga Stadium in Lay. Raymond Gnemba in a captain's performance shone for the home side with a classy finish to score himself and create history. The final score there, 4-1. Shane Saroya files this report from Lay.
What an electrifying performance by both grand finalist teams, Medang FC and Lay City Dwellers. Now both teams have been pestering each other's defense in the first half, particularly Lay City Dwellers, with the combination of Raymond Guneba and Nigel Dibinyaba, testing the goalmouth of Medang's defense. But Medang goalkeeper have been instrumental, pulling off impossible saves in the first half. With the turnout of the crowd numbering to near 15,000, the grand final is turning out to be an ultimate showdown of the Momase-based team, the Medang FC and the local boys, Lay City Dwellers. The teams went into the game with all guns blazing. Both sides got out all at each other, particularly the Lay City Dwellers, with the two strikers, Raymond Guneba and Nigel Debinyaba.
Good luck game, big luck. Osemo Loki history lo winning. Defending champion, Ekari. Congrats goal, but now me to thank you straight. Awesome. After 9 solid days, Bibla Morobe Kisim again this Bibla, thank you.
Pounding on Medang's backline. Medang goalkeeper pulled off some impossible saves. Medang star midfielder Alwin Komalong was shown yellow card after a scrappy ball play to Lay City Dwellers defender. The scores at halftime stood at 0-0. In the second half, Lay City Dwellers thrived on what they've discussed in the sheds. A cross by Raymond Guneba found Nigel Debinyaba, who put Lay City Dwellers first on the board. With just minutes into the second half,
big plama mastret in Salobellumi. Now wait, Mr. Big plama mastret.
With just minutes into the second half, Medang replied with another goal, leveling the score at 1-1. The match was briefly stopped by spectators. Nigel Debinyaba scored another goal with an impressive strike past the goalkeeper. Lay City Dwellers, however, came back strong with another goal, bringing up the scoreboard to a 3-1 in favor of Lay City Dwellers. In the final minutes before the Huta, Raymond Guneba, the captain himself, scored with a late goal, bringing the points up to 4-1. The match ended with the Lay City Dwellers celebrating an outstanding victory over the Medang boys. It is full time here at the St. Ignatius Kilagis Stadium Telecom National Soccer League Grand Final, and Lay City Dwellers have just crowned champion, defeating Medang FC 4-1. Shane Saroya, National EMTV Sports, Lay.
And in news just in, the PNG Hunters are definitely on a winning streak. The Hunters defeated the Townsville Blackhawks just moments ago with a sweet victory, 20 points to 16. Captain Israel Eliab led his team with an opening try, allowing a 4-point advantage in the early stage of the match. Thompson Tete, Raggi and Boas each scored a try, leaving no room for a comeback. This is the Hunters' 5th win in a row, putting them on 5th place on the Intrust Super Cup table. And that ends Trukai Sports for this evening. I'll bring you the weather details right after these messages.
Trukai Sports.
Let's take a quick look at the weather in the southern region. Scattered showers and areas of rain. In the Momase, you can expect scattered showers. The New Guinea Islands can expect scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms, and generally fine with scattered morning fog for the Highlands region. And that has been the news, sports and weather for today, Saturday, the 23rd of May 2015. From the EMTV News team, pleasant viewing. Good night.